Hi, and welcome to this live reading from We Blend by Willa Drew, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1, L. Fame follows me everywhere. Not today. This morning, I'm invisible. Everything is going according to plan, and 12 hours crammed upright in an airplane seat were a small price to pay for my freedom. London commuters rush by on their way to work as I stroll back to my hotel, sipping my average cup of joe. No bodyguard in sight. A smattering of paparazzi in front of the marble staircase sends my heart beating faster. No, they can't know I'm here. Can they? I tug the brim of my baseball cap. I look nothing like myself. Maybe I should have picked a smaller hotel, but the Four Seasons is where Dad always stays. Lots of celebrities choose it. I rush past the cameras and try not to groan at how long the doorman takes to open the wrought iron doors. Inside the hotel, it's quiet and calm. Made it. Melody! I hear my name ring across the gleaming two-story lobby. A shiver shoots up my spine. Dad? I look over to the plush maroon couches arranged in a semicircle, and sure enough, there's Bill Rockerby. Stepdad to me, rocker to the world. That's who the press is here for. He's not even hiding his rock star status, decked out in black leather like he just walked off the stage after one of his concerts. Except he's walking toward me, his mouth pressed into thin line, the look of disappointment I dread souring the handsome face lots of women and men drool over. What are you doing here? I stumble over my words. The better question is, what are you doing here? His voice is low and tense. I don't have a comeback. Truth, I'm supposed to be in New York on a shopping spree, chaperoned by my mother-approved cousins, not in this swanky hotel in London. His hand is on my arm. Not here. Amber eyes dart left and right and back again. People are listening. Dad's always paranoid about the press, especially in Europe. He corrals me toward the elevator, presses the call button, and we stand in awkward silence as we wait. My mind races between two thoughts. Was it Bailey or Zoe who spilled the beans? Because they were supposed to cover for me and not fold less than 24 hours into my escape. We have a pact, provide alibis for each other when we need to escape the parental cages, but their end of the bargain is harder to uphold. And I've never left the country by myself before. Zoe asked me 5 times if I was sure about the ruse. More important, how do I get out of this? There's a soft ding, probably a D flat, but the pitch is off a hair, and the gold doors slide open. I jump in first, hit the button for my floor. Dad follows, close behind. More silence, like the pause between songs on a playlist. The doors close and the elevator jumps to life. Your mother is sick with worry. Slash. His words are tiny shavings of metal cutting at me. He knows my weak spot. Making Mom anxious, given what she's going through, is one of the worst things I could do. I squeeze my teeth together and don't reply because I've never learned to lie. My parents' publicist keeps trying to coach me, but the closest I can get is to omit the truth. Ask me a direct question and I'll blabber, but I can't tell Dad about why I'm here. You can't silence your way out of this mess, is it, Dylan? I called him as soon as your mother got the alert on her credit card about the hotel charge. The elevator is playing a Muzak version of Justin's Holy, and my ears want to bleed. He pretended he hadn't heard from you. Better at lying than your cousins. Mom's card. The receptionist said they had to have one in case I have other charges, but promised they won't use it as long as I pay cash. Months of saved allowance was just enough for a ticket, 3 nights at the hotel, food, and paying for recording my music video. I'm not staying at this chain anymore. All the talk about keeping their clients' confidentiality, and they sell me out to my parents within hours. Talk to me. His voice softens a bit and he angles his body toward me. I might be 42, but I remember what being young and in love was like. I thought you were over him. With him back in England, you stopped pining for the asshole, pardon my French. Dylan, right. If I agree I'm here for Dylan, Dad might not dig deeper. My plan might still have a chance. I thought I loved Dylan. It's true. I did think that. I don't anymore. But I let Dad draw his own conclusions. I keep squeezing my teeth. I can do it. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. And what was your thought process? Fly across the ocean, profess your love for him, and hope what? That he'll ditch his new job and come back to the States for you? New job? Is that why he left? He didn't offer me an explanation when he sent me his "I'm sorry, I can't do this" text. I don't trust myself to speak, so I shrug instead. It's been 6 months. The elevator doors open, and I trudge to my room, push the heavy door, and sink onto the king-size bed, leaving the chair by the desk for Dad to sit in. The calm gray-blue hues of the room cool the emotions circulating between us. You know you don't have to lie. I want to scream. I do. You won't let me do anything otherwise. You know we love you. I know. This one's no lie. If anything, they love me too much. So much there's no room for anything else. And we do these things to protect your privacy, to keep you safe from another paparazzi-triggered breakdown. Can you blame your mother for wanting a semblance of normalcy for you? No. After what happened to Papa and me, I can never blame her for wanting to keep me safe, but I don't have to like it. The bubble-wrapped life is smothering me. Sometimes I feel like I can't breathe between the rules, the bodyguards, and the ever-narrowing circle of things to do or people to do them with. Probably not a good time to bring up my complaints. Today, I need all suspicion away from the true reason I'm in London, and it isn't Dylan. I'll call your mom while you pack, tell her you're safe. The pilot's getting the jet ready for us. But if I don't show up to my meeting with Mr. Astor tomorrow, I'll lose the 50% down payment I transferred. Can I at least go talk to Dylan? I run my hand through my hair, find the familiar strands that always feel different, out of place, and pull, causing just enough pain to distract me from spilling the truth. The pain merges with the cloud of cutting metal of Dad's word. Why do you want to go down that road? Dad puts his Doc Martin on his knee and shakes his foot. No, you're not leaving this room until I escort you to the plane. It's non-negotiable. But Dad, Melody, he touches my hand and I stop with the hair. I focus on my tennis shoes and not on the buzzing shrapnel in my chest. Look at me. I do as he says because I'm a good girl. Leave it be. Damn. There is no getting out of this. I'll have to message Leonard Astor and figure out a way another time we can find 2 days in his schedule, even if I do lose part of the money. I'll make it up with several months of my allowance if I buy nothing at all. Oh, and since you insist on being treated like an adult, it's time you took on some adult responsibilities. How about getting a job? This again. I don't even have a high school diploma. How would it look if your stepdaughter asks, "Do you want fries with that?" for a living? I wouldn't mind as long as you're happy. He always says stuff like this, cares almost too much, unlike Mom, who loves me but uses the tough love parenting style. Nice or not, my music is my priority. How can I be happy doing that when what I'd make at such a place is pennies compared to my allowance? Your mother wants to cut off your allowance as well. She can't. I have expenses. The metal ball of doom swings on a chain and I cling to it, not wanting to wreck my plans. Really? His bushy eyebrow performs that sky-high thing it does when he's being sarcastic. We pay for everything. I need clothes. We have 2 walk-in closets. I was going to buy a new keyboard. What's wrong with the one in the studio? That's yours. I have a solution. Why don't you come and work for me at Rocker Inc.? Nadine needs help in the back office. It'll give you some work experience and you can help discover the next it artist. I don't want to discover them. I want to be them. But I need the money to start again, and working for my stepfather isn't the worst thing in the world. What's the starting salary? He smiles for the first time. You make it sound like you're doing me a favor here and not the reverse. I'll pay you the same as I'd pay anyone I'd hire to do the job, and no special treatment. You'll be like any of my other employees. It's not as if I've got a lot of choice here. Fine. I grab the suitcase Mom gave me for my 18th birthday and fling the lid open. I stuff the 10 outfits I brought for my stay into it and hide my sheet music under the top dress. My Independence Day's gone. Guess it's back to the U.S. for the 4th of July. This is ridiculous. The bright yellow Louis Vuitton with my initials monogrammed in blue, MVR for Melody Villa de Rockerby, mocks my ruined dreams with its bright cheer. You running away is what's ridiculous. His phone dings at F sharp and he answers. Yes, I'm with her. Yes, safe. I can feel his eyes on my back as I snap my suitcase shut. I told her the terms. Love you too. Puts the phone down and gets up. I have to go make an excuse to the press. They spotted me at South End when I landed. Wait for me here. Hotel security has someone by your door. Don't even try talking to them. The lead ball drops from my chest into my stomach at the sight of the security guard when Dad leaves my room. I grab onto the door frame and take a moment to survey the hallway, looking for possible escape routes. Get inside and stay there. Patience is no longer in Dad's voice, and I want to scream. Instead, I slam the door. The heavy metal doesn't connect, but bounces off the fingers on my left hand, still clutching the white casing. I jerk them toward me and watch the indentations on the index and middle finger bloom pink. At the sight, the numbness disappears, replaced by blinding pain. The scream I've wished for erupts from my lungs. I suck air and glare at the places where the edge of the door tore through the skin. It doesn't look that bad. That's when the throbbing begins, and I can barely hear Dad barking orders at the guard to get the hotel doctor. This is not how I imagined my first jailbreak would go.